ready. It's okay, Country Barbie. It's all good. What is up? So anyway, guys, it's June 6th now, Eastern Standard Time. June 5th in the West Coast. Props to my dad. Passed 3 years ago today. I need to say that because I love him very much. So that's why I've always been playing Rat Pack music, because he loves Rat Pack music. Anyway, I'm really, really happy. This is my 6th episode of doing a West Coast show. It's a little hard, I do admit, but I love doing it. I love hanging out with you guys. This is what we do, baby. So tonight, I'm bringing in somebody really special. This is like seriously like a guy I have a lot of respect for. What is up? I got a lot of respect for this guy. So let me go ahead and pop him in the screen. And there he is. What is up, Cory? What is up? How's it going?
Not much, brother.
Dude,
just was sitting here in the wings. It's been a long time since I've been left in the dark, sitting in the wings, but it's all good.
Oh yeah. I usually bring in people like after the first hour because I warm up people with doing some giveaways. I warm it up a little bit. And then boom, I pop somebody in and be like, oh. So anyway, guys, hold on a second. Oops, let me just get the notes out of your face. Sorry about that. I actually grabbed some links for him. So guys, here's some of Cory's links, just so you know he is. You're really involved in the community, like a heck of a lot more than I am. And just before I say anything,
not as much as I want. We just got so busy that, we still run Vape Strong and try to help as much as we can with the education programs, but life has just been awfully busy and haven't been able to start some of the new initiatives that we wanted to get involved with.
Wow. So you're even delving further into this. I don't even know this. So some of what you're going to probably tell me tonight is going to be brand new news to me. Yes, guys, throw in the Canadian flags. We definitely have Canada representing tonight. There is no doubt. So anyway, Cory, we're going to start with some of the rudimentary questions, and then we're going to delve into your brand, and we're going to talk about a little bit. I grabbed some of the bottles that I still have. I used to have more than this, but I did vape some of the bottles, so they're gone. So I have here what I have left. So we'll talk about these, and Damn it, Janet. Cory is the guy. Yep, made the torch mod for Tiger.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's
no,
the.
I made it happen. But that is Switcher from JR Custom Turning that did
okay.
on that.
Okay, so it's JR
it was
Custom.
Based off of one that was, it was based off of one that was custom made for me, and now there's 3 of them, 3 different versions in existence, all based off of one that was custom made for me.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, I know when it comes to JR Custom Tunes, there's only one mod that I really want, and unfortunately, it's in Halifax right now. And when I see that hairy man, I'm talking about Jay the Vaping guy, I will take that mod from his hands. But he basically told me last time I saw him that I would need to pull it from his cold dead hands. So I don't think it's possible. I don't know. I'm hoping that one day I can convince him to sell it to me. We'll see. You know, or I could just have him make another, but I doubt he can make another one that's like it. 'Cause that one was gorgeous. It's like it comes in parts.
Talking about the Gemini?
Yeah, it comes in parts and stuff. It's awesome. So, but anyway, guys, here we go. Wait a second, let me just address this. So, Chris, I'm going to put up a blog post tomorrow. It's going to tell everybody their wins. You put in the information based off what's on the blog post for your specific win, and that's how we roll. I'll put up information later on, so hang loose. Let me just do this interview, okay? I don't want to be rude to Cory, man. It took me, like, a long time to get him in here. Long time. Yeah, like, basically the only time I see Cory these days is, obviously he's on Vape Strong. It's a network that you started last year, correct? We could talk about that a little bit.
Yep, myself and Tiger.
Mm-hmm. And, like, go ahead.
Well, we wanted something different, and where it wasn't catering to just a select group of vendors, and we wanted an open forum, and to build a community, and that wasn't what was happening here in Canada. The community wasn't growing, and it was running in a stagnant state, and so we came up with a game plan, and we executed it, and I think we've been, in our small market, very successful with it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that it is. I mean, like, I've seen, like, I'm fortunate enough to be involved in the Vape Strong community. Like, they have their own chat set up in Skype where all the hosts and the viewers all communicate with each other. Hosts get ideas of how to do, like, what topics to bring up in their shows. It's a little bit. I mean, even though they're just our neighbors to the north, they run it a little bit differently. There's a lot more, I guess, intimate. Like, there's a lot of more intimacy between the viewers and the hosts as far as what content you guys want to put up, and it shows in the shows that it goes. Like, the same people are, like, hardcore. They want to come in. They're happy that they're coming into your shows. Obviously, you do Beauty and the Beast Friday nights around this time, so it's 9. It's 9.
Facilitate.
Yeah. I just think it's a wonderful thing what you guys do. I really hope that more channels, I guess, if you want to call it, or more networks kind of go that route, because it makes it a more intimate experience when you guys are in your shows with your viewers. So it's like,
See, I don't think others need to follow what we did. I think there's a place for each of us to do our own thing, and viewers are drawn to different things. And if you want to know something about a rebuildable, I'm your guy. That's my area of expertise more than anything else. I love the rebuildables, and I've been playing with them basically since they became available.
Right.
And that's what I bring to my shows. Is I'll walk someone through a build, or troubleshoot something for them, and that's really what I do. Like, I started my very first show as Vape School. And everybody thought when I was doing my very first show, this is all going to be educational. What they didn't know is I was brand spanking new. And what I wanted to do was learn together. And that kind of transitioned as I spent more time in the community, and then had some great friends help me along my path. Dagger was definitely a huge influence on me.
Speaking of Dagger, he sends his love. He messaged me on Skype. He's in Florida for the Miami convention with his wife right now. So, and he knew you're going to be on, so he was like, oh. Because I was trying to actually work it out that I was going to have Dagger on my early show and you on my late show because there's the connection there. But he's in Miami, so I'm going to have him on in a few weeks. But he does send his love.
Most excellent.
Oh, yeah. And, but anyway, I remember that's how I actually met you and Dagger. I went into your show on TVN that night, on a Friday night, and next thing you know, I'm going to hang out with you guys. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm talking to these people. This is so awesome. Now mind you guys, I'm going back to like August 2012 when this was all going on. And
yep.
Like for me coming in to hang out and meeting some of these guys for the first time, it kind of blew my mind away because I was only 2 months into vaping at the time. And I'm already meeting like some of these cool people I'm watching on these shows.
But your excitement level on a 1 to 10, the night I met you, was about a 25.
No.
There were very few people I've met in this vaping game that were as excited about the industry and about what was going on and what was available. It was exciting for all of us that were part of that first group there.
Oh yeah.
To just meet somebody that was so on fire and so into everything going on.
I know.
I bet that in between Slinger, myself, and Dagger, we probably answered 1,000 questions that night.
It was the craziest hangout. I need to tell you guys, this was the craziest hangout. Like, it was probably one of the most epic hangouts I was ever involved in. And you know what I'm talking about? So many people came into this hangout. It was crazy. So first it was DSV, Dagger, Slinger, and I. It was just the four of us, right? And then Dimitri comes in. We're like, what the hell?
And Causey.
And then Causey comes in. So I'm like meeting all these people for the very first time in one hangout. I was just like, I've never been in a hangout as crazy as that one. Ever. And I've been going into hangouts for like the past 2 years now. It was the craziest hangout. And we were in that hangout from, you guys finished your show around midnight. We were in that hangout until like 5, 6 in the morning. Because I was just sitting there like a fly in a wall, like, I can't believe all these freaking cool people that I see in vaping shows are popping into this hangout. And that's how it rolls. I mean, there was a time, so there's people that are starting out. Yeah, everybody's probably going to act like me. And even Causey was making fun of me that night. Because he thought I was jerking him off. That's the truth. You remember that? Because I was like, yo, what's up, Chevy? Chevy was supposed to sleep, but he wanted to come and say hi to you. So anyway, so that's me embarrassing myself. But yeah, that's how I reacted the first vaping hangout I was in. But it was crazy. So that's how far back I've known Cory. And, I was telling him before you came in how, like, when nobody knew what a Genesis atomizer, you and Dagger were already delving deep into it. And troubleshooting at the same time. So it was like exactly what you were saying about your first show. You guys weren't, a lot of people were coming into your show because they're really interested in what you guys were doing because, like, what is this? We're talking at a time when everybody was doing, like, 901 Addies, 306, just delving into the 510s, cartomizer
and at that time, like Dagger and I at that time were kind of outcasts in the bigger vaping community because we weren't part of the cool kids carto club, and it seemed like everybody and their dog was vaping a carto tank, and here's these two rejects that are trying to push rebuildables and pushing Jennies and talking about this amazing flavor and going on and on and on. And what we were getting back for feedback is, well, why don't you just put a cardo in a tank and fill it with juice and vape it? And now I feel, very satisfied that rebuildables have taken off and that people are experiencing the hands-on vape of building your own coil, setting up your own wick, and making it work.
Oh yeah, and like there's like a ton of people that, and it's cool too, because like 2 years ago it was like, here's the progression I went, right? I started out with my Ego kit when I first started going full time into vaping. From the Ego kit, I started buying a few mods and 306, 510 Addies, and 901s, obviously with Empire, right? And then I'm watching you guys. I'm like, what is this? It took me 6 months before I got my first Jenny Addy. It was like I bought it. It was like Christmas. I decided I was going to try my hand at it, and I remember the first coil I ever wicked. Between watching some of your videos, Dagger's videos, and then other people that are in the community just watching it, it took me 4 hours to effectively wrap my first coil and get it to sustain. 4 hours. That's how long it took. And like these days now, it's like I can wrap a coil, plop it in, put in my juice, taking my time less than 10 minutes. So I'm like, I look back on it, I'm like, what? What was I doing? I mean, I was so retentive, like trying to wrap it right, trying to use different things. Now it's like we use the screw. I still use the screw technique on it, so that way I get my coils evenly, But I'm sure you're at the point now, Cory, where you just grab the thing, put it in the center post with pause.
To set up a dripper, dual coil. I'm a serious sub-ohm vapor, and so. With that in mind, my coils are fairly small, fairly basic, but I can set up a dual coil dripper in probably minute and a half from out of the box to dripping juice in it, if everything's in front of me.
Yeah, but and well, you know what, Moose? I mean, DSV's no joke. If you really want to know what's going to be coming out next, pay attention to two people. Pay attention to Dagger on Vape Team and this guy. Like, seriously. Those are the only two people you need to pay attention to. You want to know what's going to be hot next? Just look at these two guys. I'm not even exaggerating. They're like, you guys were always ahead, like a step ahead of the game, like since you guys started. That's my perception. And
stuff now is coming so fast, and like, I'm not keeping up the way I used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just impossible. There's too much. It's coming from too many different angles, and the quality level. Like 2 years ago, we'd get one good Jenny and then 4 bad ones, and that was over the course of 3 months. Now you've got 8 or 9 dropping each month, and most of them are damn good. And the whole industry has changed, and people are demanding higher quality, even out of an extremely low-cost device. We're demanding the quality that we couldn't imagine out of it. And really, now is a time to get into the rebuildables if a person hasn't jumped yet, because there's a ton of $7, $8 options out there for low-end. Get into it. That the flavor is going to be great. They're going to be easy to build. They're going to last you. The quality is just so much better than it ever was before. That now really is an exciting time in vaping.
Totally agree on a lot of fronts now. I'm going to usually, I'll go and ask some rudimentary questions, but I really don't need to with you, just because the important thing to know, guys, with Cory is that, yeah, he may have his brand, I have it underneath him, Darkside Creations. There's so much more to this guy, so I'm just letting him go loose. Whatever he wants to talk about, that's what we're going to do tonight. So it's
well, give me your standard list of questions.
Well, no, it's just because I'm so interested in what you're talking about right now. It's more interesting to me. Like, I'm really kidding. I'm just sitting here like, yeah, and first of all, For those of you who haven't had a chance to see his and Tiger's show on Friday nights, you really should, honestly, because people are constantly asking the right questions. It seems, when it comes to your show, like they know what to expect when they come into your show. They know they're talking to two authorities on, APVs, advanced personal vaporizers, for those, excuse me, if you don't know. And, like, there are a lot of times where I would hop in, hang out with you guys for like an hour. Let's say you guys are discussing a certain type of coil, and I'll look up YouTube videos. So it's like I'm listening to you guys, looking up resources, seeing like, let me see if I could try to build this. I'm not successful all the time because, let's be honest, I'm not one of the best coilers in the world. I mean, with me, it's simple, single or dual coil, horizontal coils. It's how I roll. I use 26 gauge Canthal. It's comfortable for me. It's not too high. It's not too low. I know exactly how many to wrap, 4 or 5 or 5, 6, depending on how I want, like how high I want my ohms, because I don't like to go too low. And that's it. But it's interesting seeing a lot of these other coils that are coming out. You guys delve on at least one of them every week. And the one thing that's good about your show, Beauty and Beast, to me, what I get out of it is that you guys, I mean, you see this from some hosts that come in, okay? Some hosts get a little, I don't know what the word is, it's impatient with viewers. Like, you guys are never impatient with your viewers. Like, if somebody asks the same questions every week, you guys are fine with it. You guys are really there. And I think that when it comes to certain types of shows that offer that kind of advice, it's almost like it's dying off a little bit. There's only a few good shows out there that does that.
The smaller group that we have allows us to do some of that. Like if you were having 200, 300, 400 viewers and trying to have all that, I'm going to call it noise in chat, you wouldn't be able to answer the questions we're able to answer in a group of 35 to 70. And we're able to get a lot more personal because you get to know these viewers. Right. And you get to know what they're vaping and what their problems are, and you get to watch the progression. And there's a lot of excitement in that, watching somebody grow. Where when they first show up, they're asking about changing a coil in their EVOD, and 6 or 8 weeks later, you're explaining how to be building a Jenny, or what to be looking for in the next dripper. That's where a lot of my joy in doing this comes from, is just watching people grow, and what else is coming down the pipeline for them.
Oh yeah, like as far as like right now, like there's only 2 that I like to vape on right now when it comes to RDAs. For me, it's the Trident, right? And believe it or not, I'm not talking about my original Trident. I'm talking about this is one specific clone that I got, and the drip tip looks like a Stanley Cup. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about, but this specific one, Cory, for some reason, it worked better for me. Like getting the holes drilled out, it not falling apart on me like my original Trident did. I had to replace it once. I mean, like they were nice enough to send me a new one. It took 2 months, but I got my new Trident. But it's sitting in like one of my little boxes. I'm not even using it. What am I using? My clone. And then the other one that I'm using right now that I'm really liking a lot is the Tugboat. The Tugboat. I mean, I drilled a...
Yeah, and see that...
Go ahead.
I have the Tugboat here. It rides on top of a GG, and it's my work table vape, as well as my Congestus is a work table vape because I don't have to lock the switch on them. The Congestus, I'm running a custom cap made by Kaz Extreme, and it's just got a Nimbus inside of it. Single coil, it's 1 ohm at 8.4 volts. So it's right in that 70 watt vape category. And that's one of my all day, every day, in the house vapes. Other than that, I'm running a pile of Origins, um, and then like I'm playing with an APO right now, and a Zenith. But the one that has the most use on it right now is actually an IGO W5 in a Crest cap, and I've got that on my Supermax, and I've just got this thing set at 50 watts, and it's just a nice tame all day vape.
Yeah, I like what you do here, Congestus. That's nice. It makes it look like, yeah, it's nice. And then you got, oops, yep. Just wanted to say sorry. I put the wrong website for his website. That's his website. My bad. I got PMs like, Rich, you got the wrong URL up for his website. I actually typed in Darkside Creations. I forgot it was DSP Creations. My bad.
No, don't type in Darkside Creations. I should have done that before I bought my domain, because I would have went with something different. Because, yeah, Darkside Creations and DSP Creations are definitely not the same style of site.
No doubt. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for pointing that out, JM. By the way, just noticed that. So that is the right link. That is the right link, guys. So anyway, so I'm looking at. I haven't even tried the Origin yet, to be honest with you. I mean, I should. I'm way behind, but you know what? Here's the thing. Oh, Sieb's saying hi, by the way, DSV. Hey, Sieb's.
Hey, CB.
Wubba, wubba, baby. So, here's the thing. I'm going to have to tell you straight up, bro. I haven't been able to buy shit this year because I'm buying a house soon. And it's killing me. I can't buy anything. It's killing me, dude. Like, I was pulling teeth to get this tugboat. But, like, it's like, I was talking to some people like, dude, you gotta try this one. This one is awesome. And I was like, oh, I gotta buy it. So, I got it. You know, I got it at Bash. I was like, I haven't regretted it. It's like I said, it's only one of two RDAs that I use right now. Because, I mean, like, I haven't really talked to you about, like, you know, we haven't had a tech talk in a long time, but right now, you know what works for me, bro? I basically use Pro Tank style tanks these days. So it's like the 2014 version of the Cardo. It's like a Pro Tank or Aspire, you know? I love it. I don't know. I can't help it. Like, I'm a flavor vapor. Now, I'm not saying that, telling you guys that you can't get flavor from sub-ohm. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, I don't know. You put it in, you put it in a tank, you put it in your head, you hit the button, you're good to go. You know? People think it's funny.
At the end of the day, my line has always been, as long as you're not lighting a cigarette, you're doing it right. Right. I won't ever say that you have to be on a rebuildable. You know, rebuildables might be 2% of the market, and that might even be a stretch. You know, but it's as long as you're not lighting that next cigarette, you're doing it right. And if you can get satisfaction without blowing your bank account or your budget, you win. You know, it's not the guy with the most toys at the end of the game that wins. It's the guy that had the most satisfaction throughout the entire process.
That makes me feel a lot better. Because, you know, and it's weird, though, because, like, I've talked to some people, like, not really, like, major arguments, but, like, it's, like, some people that are really heavy into sub-ohm, even, like, some people that we know from way back. Oh my god, I'm saying way back. Like 2 years is way back. But from
in vaping, 2 years is way back.
I know. So okay.
Time moves different in vaping.
It does. Can you agree that like 1 year in vaping is like 7 real years?
Oh, at least. Maybe even 10.
Gosh. Just there's so much that's coming out. I mean, like, okay, here's a good example. Like Dino, right? The lava tank. The Cardo tank. I talked to him during Bash, and he was like, oh my god, I'm sitting here with my my Jenny tank, and nobody wants to buy it. So what is he doing now? He's developing a rebuildable. He's developing a rebuild. He's working with Cisco. They're gonna come out, but just like with their Addy, right? For those of guys that don't know, by the way, nothing against Cisco, but this isn't the greatest device. But I have one. They're behind. Some people are behind. They don't understand the market. I mean, like, it's like people like you and Dagger. You know, and listen, I'm going to be giving props to Cory and Dagger a lot tonight just because I've got mad respect for these two people. You guys knew about this? Shit. Last year. Last year you knew that this was going to be a huge trend. I don't understand. Like, I'll never understand how some people just don't get it until later on when it's almost too late. And I'm not saying it's too late because it's still really big right now. Am I right? It's going to be around. Sub-ohm's going to be around for a while.
But as what I'm going to call disposable units, that's anything that's not built to be rebuildable. They're getting better every day. You know, like the Pro Tank was a huge step forwards, in my opinion. The Nautilus was another step beyond that. And they keep getting better each and every month. And as they are improving and the flavor is getting better and they leak far less, the drive on the rebuildables is going to slacken. The group that is, you know, heavily indebted into their rebuildables are probably never going to go away from them. But you're going to see less and less new vapors being pushed towards the serious rebuildable market. It's just nice to be able to, like you said, you put your coil in, you fill it with juice, you screw it on your device, you hit the button, it vapes, and it vapes well.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, people were talking about K-Funds too, which is almost like a simple version of rebuildable in a sense, because you only have to put a single coil on it. It's real easy to build. I've seen it. I don't own one yet, just because I'm so stuck on Pro Tanks right now. I mean, like, just rebuilding a Pro Tank. You know, you replace it with, like, let's say with a ceramic coil, like the XC116, the Ready X wick, right?
Yep.
You can have one coil now that I have a coil. Well, it's not here. It's in my Provari, in my bag. But in my Provari, I have it on my Provari. I have a Ready X wick on there, and I've had the same coil in there since Vape Bash in April. We're in June now, and it's still hitting like a champ. So it's like, with just a little bit of rebuilding on a Pro Tank, you could have a Pro Tank that could essentially last you longer than the coil. Like, you may have to replace the coil. You have to replace the head because the coil dies out before the wick. You know? Yeah, I know. Like, we have people in here saying, you know, now we got the Pro Tank versus K-Fun. You know, a lot of people agree that K-Funds kill Pro Tanks, but I still love my Pro Tanks. What can I say? And that's me. That's somebody that's been vaping for, like, my vape anniversary's coming up in a couple of weeks, 2 years. Holy crap, that I've done this full time. You know, like, you just start.
I've got a pile of K-Funds, but they just sit and collect dust. You know, I'm pretty serious into my dripping, and if I'm not dripping, I'll be running a Jenny. The K-Funds were, for me, a fun toy to play with, but they didn't have the airflow that I needed for my style of vaping.
No, I tried the K-Fun a lot. Like, Dagger let me try for the first time at VaporCon last year. You know, that's when he was heavily into it. You know, like, just experimenting between that. He had me hit a real K-Fun, then he had me hit a Russian. And he goes, see the difference? You know, and I was like, yeah, I do. I actually did. And people are saying, no, what are you talking about? Russians are just like K-Funs. Like, not when I tried it. There was an actual little bit of a difference between the two. But then in the end, it's like, you know, getting it, the originals, quote-unquote, quality versus what you can afford in your budget. And they've actually made cloning better when it comes to the K-Funds. But, you know, what are you going to do? There's always going to be a market for clones out there for people who, you know, who are on a different budget than people who are huge enthusiasts and won't, and prefer to have the originals. One, because they want to support the person who created it, and two, because it's, in their mind, for some people it's the quality, for some people it's the status. That's the way I look at it, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. If you have it, use it. If you have the disposable income, use it. You know?
Yeah, I can see chat, CB, when I look over at the other monitor.
Yeah, he's like me. He's got.
Distracted.
You got like.
I got 4 monitors.
Yeah, I was about to say you have 4 monitors. I only have 2, so. Like I have the main screen on one screen and I have the Hangout on the other, so that way I have everything all spread out. What is your question? I don't see it, Steve. Oh wait. Oh yeah. So he does. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna scroll back.
Ah, there it is. How's the BBM holding up for you?
The BBM is actually at Kingpin's place right now, CB. It is part of the most epic BBM collection of all time. And it moved the same way that you moved it to me. Retail.
Wow.
That's the only way to move stuff. And that's the only way I could do it. But you know me, CB, there would have been no way other than that to do it.
And that's... I wish more people thought that way. Now, guys, if you guys don't understand the significance of what DSV was talking about, is that...
Cigar Babe sold me BBM number 1 in 18650 brass for retail. I, in turn, months later, sent it to Kingpin the same way. That is how high-end stuff should move. Amongst friends and at retail, nobody getting gouged.
I wish there were more people like that, man. You know what I hate more than anything? Here's my pet peeve. Yup, that's my pet peeve right there. See, mentioned it. When somebody purposely goes out there, buys multiple units, turns around, let's say on Core Vape, and sells it for like 2 to 3 times its value. It kills me. And now that you can sell some PVs on eBay, that's what happened with the ZNA. Like the first batch of ZNAs that came out, it's $275. I was seeing it go for $400 or $500 the following week. I was like, assholes. But people are buying it, and it's, I don't know.
And like, I'm a collector, and so as such, I do not value the collection by what its flipped value is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for my enjoyment. And like, I'm at over 200 mods right now that are authentics, and it's just about my enjoyment and what I want to collect. It's my hobby.
Oh yeah, it's a great hobby. I mean, like, I'm roughly at maybe 80, 85, but I had to stop because, I'm thinking of the bigger picture. I'm sure everybody here can relate. When you're tired of renting and you want something that's your own, house comes first, then the car.
Yep, it does.
Then the appliances, and then vaping. So that's gonna be how it's gonna roll. But I'll tell you right now, Cory, man, once I'm done getting what I need to set up my house and everything, I'm gonna go freaking bananas. I'm gonna be like every mod that I missed out on.
And lately, I've slowed down. I found what I really, really enjoy, and I still get those ooh shiny moments, and so I sign up on a list.
Right.
And by the time that payment comes due, I don't remember what I'm paying for, but I pay for it anyways. And then I get mail, and I have to scratch my head to figure out what it actually is. And I had that happen today. This 26650 mod came in today, tapered top.
Right. Uh-oh.
They're on a list,
Mm-hmm.
but what it is, not real sure.
It looks beautiful. I would definitely use it, with a huge smile on my face. While we're on
Yeah,
this,
and CB, I would highly recommend the Nanos in brass as well. That has been my go-to for quite a while now.
oh man, I'll tell you, if you guys noticing a trend right now, I'm noticing this trend. One, he's a collector, meaning that he believes in the value of the mod as opposed to how much extra he can get out of it. And two, notice that 3 of the 4 mods that he put up on screen tonight were all 26 series mods. That's the trend this year, huh?
Mods. I mean, times that underneath the desk.
But yeah, the Congestus
I've been vaping
is
26 mil batteries for over 2 years.
well, yeah. You have one of the most epic 26 mods ever that I can recall. I was stupid and traded mine like a douche, and I will regret it. It's the worst trade I ever made. But it was somebody that was really collecting Slinger mods, wanted every single one, and I was just like, okay, I'll help you out. Like a douchebag, I helped him out, and now I'm regretting it. I mean, I still have my Mammoth, I have my Dima, but I gave up. You know which one I gave up? I gave my Dual 26 up. I traded it.
Yeah, see, I have my Mammoth, my Mastodon. I have the 24-watt custom.
Yeah, that's sick.
Which Arbo always called the sexy mod.
Yeah, it is. I think you and you is it you?
I've got a 5-volt coffin. I've got
Right.
the double barrel, very volt coffin that's twin chipped.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm just glad I have the ones that I have, and I only just regret my Dual 26 650. That's the only one I regret. Otherwise, I'm okay with what I gave up. Like I gave up my revolver. I stopped searching, like sea to shining sea for one of his 8 or 9 grenades that he ever made. So
yeah,
it's okay though. I mean, like you have something a lot sexier in your hand right now, so it's
the
nice.
Congestus is nice. It's a really solid vape, and if you need to beat somebody over the head with it, it would take it all day long.
Oh yeah, and I gotta tell you, I was so happy when I found out that they started selling more of those, because remember there was a while when there was only like 30 something available on one list, and then you didn't hear anything for like 8 months. And then finally they started popping up again, and I was like, oh, thank God. Thank
I think
God.
they started out fairly slow, and the first time around, I don't think there was a whole lot of interest in it. People just thought they were going to be too big, and why would you do this?
Mm-hmm.
And now, people are more interested in that harder hit and the longer battery life. And they're going to catch on. They're never going to be huge, though. They're too big, too heavy, too hard to travel with. They're never going to replace your nice mechanical 18650 mod.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not scared of a big battery device and you want epic power, the Congestus will provide that for you.
You know what, and there's going to be battery improvements as time goes on. I mean, like, I was reading about how they're trying to make a cell now. Well, not reading. I was hearing from people how they're working on a new kind of cell, like I guess a new kind of hybrid cell that delivers the same punch anywhere between 20 and 30 amps, but double the capacity, the mod capacity. I'm like, what? I was like, is that even mathematically possible without, but somebody's working on it, you know? Somebody's working on it. Who knows? Maybe it's like in beta stages right now that we don't know about, or early beta. But I mean, that'll change. That'll be a game changer when that comes out, if that comes out. Imagine an 18650 that has the same capacity as a 26650. That'd be kind of sick.
Well, and as the market grows, it's going to happen. We've come a long ways already from, basically starting with laptop batteries, camera flash batteries, and moving further into this. Besides, as the vaping market is growing by leaps and bounds, we're getting noticed by battery manufacturers, whereas we never were before. And that in itself is going to make differences to what comes out in battery technology.
And I'm sure that once that happens, it's like some people will delve back into, improving on the quality of 18 series. 18 series mods. Not to say that there isn't high quality pieces out there, and there are pieces that are constantly coming out, but it'll make a shift, and then and it's nothing going to be any bad with the 26 series mods, because as the 18 series mods I think will improve in battery life, there's going to be more 26 series mods that's going to be. So I think it's going to be a tug of war, and in the end it's just going to be convenience versus battery life. I don't know, that's what I think.
I think the 18 millimeter is always going to outsell the 26, probably 40 to 1. And like, away from my desk, I know that it's not going to be a 26 millimeter device in my hands. It's going to be a Polyak or a Nanos in my hands, because those are my go-to mods, whether I'm at the house or on the go. Like I've got a Nanos, and I've got, I believe, 7 Polyaks now, and they're seriously my go-to.
Wild, man. Just totally wild.
The glass top cap steam face for the Patriot.
That's gorgeous. I like how it's tapered up top on that too, because that way it actually makes your regular 20 millimeter RBAs look totally sexy. Totally. But now, like, you see that people are starting to delve into, was it 20? Like, it's a 26 or 28 millimeter RDAs. I forgot the exact measurements on it. Well, it makes basically to make it look flush on your mod. That's happening now. Oh, the holes on it. Well, yeah, if it's a bigger RDA, it wouldn't be absurd to put like a half inch, an inch. Wouldn't be completely absurd if it's that big. I don't know. Like, how do you usually drill your holes on what's your comfort level on drilling holes on yours?
I'll go as big as dual 8-inch holes. But I really like ones that are adjustable right from the get-go. Like, I just got this Zenith today, and it's going to be a hit here, because you can just set it wide open. Same as the Crest cap. Like, it's got massive slotted holes in it, and I love that. That I don't have to bring out the drill or the Dremel to modify the cap. When I ordered the glass cap, I was quite worried, because how am I going to get these holes to the size I want? And I kind of figured it was just going to end up being a showpiece. I click pictures to put on face. It's got the holes are just shy of 1/8 inch, dual holes. It's perfect. Nice and cool, even though it's and it vapes like a champ, but it's still a nice, cool vape.
Okay, so we'll delve a little bit into. I wanted to delve a little bit into like, obviously, you started vaping. And when you did, you and Dagger came up with a concept for like a vape, like a learning show. You've kept that this pretty much this entire time. You've stayed consistent with your show, week in and week out. Obviously, you delve into like other shows do you go into the Saturday night show still also? I don't. Oh, good.
Yep.
Okay, so what they have another show on, like, just so you guys don't know. Obviously, because Saturday's a busy night in the world of vaping, we all know that. But if you ever wanted to delve into another show, they have a vape night in Canada. And you bring in. There's it's a 4-person panel, isn't it, or is it 5?
Well, it's supposed to be 4, but our 4th is very pregnant, and it's a lot of work growing a human. So usually by the time it's time for us to go live, Zai's pretty wiped out and can't join us. But it's myself and Steamface and Smoke Eater, and really it is just the 3 Stooges. If you want to see 3 buddies gang up on each other, that is what Saturday night is. We'll answer your questions and talk politics and whatever else, but really it's 3 buddies making fun of each other.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. So yeah, like let's put it this. Let's face it. Saturday night's busy night, but if you felt like you wanted to like take a break from that for like a little while, and like see somebody, I would highly suggest going and checking out their show. And just checking out Vape Strong in general. I mean, like, I know you guys. I know everybody's like, yeah, but there's so many channels. I mean, yes, there are a ton of channels out there, but hey, nothing wrong with hopping on the Canadian channel every once in a while and seeing what's going on. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Why not? It's like a different perspective. It's like going to like seeing vapor trails. Like you know I'm talking about, the Happy Vapor, David K. He has a show Sunday, 4 in the afternoon, because it's 9 o'clock where he is in the UK.
Yeah.
And he has one of the best shows in vaping, and it's like nobody here knows about it. So. But the way their channel works is kind of like with Vapor's place. It's like their own domain. So.
And Max, my opinion of the K Fun is it's a really simplistic way into rebuildables that can give you some great flavor on a fairly low side of the budget. That said, it's not for me. I'm a serious low-ohm vapor, and I need massive airflow, and I just can't get it out of a K. The K Fun 2 thumbs up, but I've outgrown it. And as for my YouTube, there's no point. I haven't posted a video in a year and a half. And Max, on the go, I vape Jennies. Everything from an AGA T2 to Hellfires, Cobra, Jennies, Lupus, you name it, I have it. And some of them get a lot of love, and some of them don't really get used at all.
Okay, so I've been talking for almost an hour now, and I didn't even bring up your juice. I really want to bring up your juice soda before I have you go. So, I've been throwing these links in the room for a while, and I know, Cory, you're a humble guy. I know you are. everybody who knows Cory, he's a very humble fucking dude. But it's one of your more alluring, you know, I guess it's one of the more alluring traits about the kind of person you are, you know? So, anyway, here's the link to his site. Now, I don't have this. I'm curious about this, okay? Talk to us a little bit about the Cloud Fuel. This new line that you're coming out with.
Well, it's a PG-free line made about the thickness of molasses. It is made for dripping and dripping only.
Right.
I will not call it 100% VG because it isn't. It's PG free. Some of the flavors are going to be VG based. Some of them are going to be alcohol based. But at the end of the day, it's a heavily flavored juice that's only going to be available in 3, 6, and 9. 0, 3, 6, and 9 milligrams.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that anybody sub-ohming, the average person sub-ohming is not going to be over 9 milligram. And if there are people that are wanting, a 15 or an 18 or a 24, I'll make it for them. I just won't ever put it on the site.
Right. So basically, what you can do is if you could put it in a notes section when you're ordering, let's say, a certain flavor and stuff, if you want to up it, because obviously we know we got CB in here, who's like hardcore 24 milligram.
Vaping. If I drip 24 milligram, I'd fall out of my chair. I'm nowhere near as tough as CB, and I'm proud to say it. In a lot of ways, CB was my hero when I got started. Like you're talking about the hangout that where you met me.
Right.
I'll never forget meeting CB because this was Cigar Vape. This is someone that I was looking up to on the forums.
Right.
And everybody talked about in awe of, because if you want to get to know modders, you need to know CB. And if you want to get to know juicers, you need to know CB. And if you want the inside track on what's going on, there's only one person to talk to, and that's CB. And, I was really lucky at the group that I got in with starting, that I got to meet, Upstomp and Case and Orion and CB and Slinger, and the list goes on and on and on. And the education came very fast.
Oh yeah, that group. I mean, you just throw about that group. That was like what, 2.5, 3 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
I was such a baby back then. I was a baby vapor. I didn't learn as fast as some of you guys did, that's for sure. But I tried. Like, I wanted my own pace, basically. Like, with me, it was between going to a lot of the shows. Yes, I am a baby vapor. Between going to a lot of the shows, watching people's shows, and watching hella videos every weekend. Like, I'm sure at least some of you guys can relate to this. Spending your whole weekend at home, buying groceries or buying food for the weekend, and spending my weekend watching video after video and taking notes. Like, I had Notepad up, watching videos, and if there's something that I learned, I wanted to retain it, so I would take notes on it. I would write down who it was that reviewed it, what did I get from it, and what should I try to implement or try. And then not only that, it was also a lot of what do I want to buy. Because the first 6 months that I was vaping, definitely, Cory, you can relate to this. I was buying shit like crazy. I was getting vape mail almost every single day. Oh yeah, between juice, devices, addies, you name it. I was getting something in the mail every day, consistently, at one point for like 6 months. Well,
when I was starting out, I'd find a new juice vendor in Canada, or like a new to me juice vendor.
Mm-hmm.
and I'd go in and I'd buy everything on their line. I'd buy a 30 mil of everything that they sold. And I found out the hard way that I was a fairly picky vapor, and I threw out an awful lot of juice. But that's the way I rolled, and you know, we researched kind of the same way, but I've got a case of shiny-itis, so I did the research, then I bought them all. And you know, I fell into that, you know, well, my lava tube 1 was good, so I have to have the 1.5, and I have to have the 2, and I have to have the 2.5, and you know, the amount of mods that collected dust till I discovered this, you know, putting mod kits into people's hands, like I was literally just swimming in devices.
Yeah, and you know, and then it came down to the point where you would settle down and be like, okay, I like certain brands. And when it comes to juice, obviously, you know, I remember when I talked to you about this. I guess we were in a hangout, you know, and this was back in the days, you know, because I guess your work schedule is different now, because you used to work overnight shifts, and for me, it was like you'd be coming in, I'd be leaving it, because this was back in the days when I didn't work, when I was heavy into treatments. So yeah. I would stay up at night just because, you know, it'd be hard for me to sleep. And I would, like, my sleeping pattern was really messed up for a while, where the only time I could sleep is in the afternoon. I'd be up all night, up all morning during the day, go to treatment, come home, boom, pass out. And I remember when you first came with the juices, you know, like, one juice that I never got, I don't know why I still haven't got it, was the Tiger. You know, but I never got that. The ones I have here left with me is I have the Sith Sunrise, I have the Vader Pudding. Now this was, I hate to say this, you know, just because, you know, everybody's like, well, Grant's. This kind of kicks Grant's ass. I was fortunate to have 2 bottles of this. One's gone. I have 1 left. I also have the butterscotch pudding, which is amazing. I've been like dripping on this for the past half an hour. I was like, holy crap! I forgot how good this is.
Well, it's going to be at the absolute peak of its steam, because that juice is not new, and
it'll be gone soon. Because I'm putting it right in front of me. I'm just going to vape this until it's gone. I'm gonna tank this and vape this because I don't want my I don't like my rule is, I know a lot of people are like, what, Rich? My rule is 18 months and I throw it away. 18 months and I throw it away. And you're like, wait, why do you wait 18 months? I mean, yeah, a year if you know you're gonna vape within a year. For me, my cutoff is 18 months and then I chuck it. So
I burn a 30 mil a day, so my juice never gets old.
I don't, man. I mean, but I'm sure. Oh yeah. I don't have G Money Redneck. The last one that I have here is I have the Rebel Nana, and I don't even understand how I still have a half bottle of this, but I do. But that's gonna be gone because I'm putting this literally right in front of me, so I know these are the ones I'm gonna vape. Like, boom, it's right in front of my microphone. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love banana. What can I say? I'm huge on banana. See, like with you, how you bought the entire line of a vendor. I will actually buy what I do is I buy 3. I'll buy the one that they're pimping on their site, because you know there's always that 1 or 2 flavors that are like, oh, you gotta get this, everybody's buying it. So I'll either buy 1 or 2, then I'll pick something. Hopefully, if there's a banana in there, I will pick the banana in their line. If they have it. If not, the second for me would be a strawberry. So banana or strawberry. And then I check. And based on how I feel about those 3 juices, either I'll buy from them again, or I'll piff away what I got. You know, which ones I didn't like, I mean. Keep the ones I like, and then move on to the next vendor. You know? But you put a lot of work into your juices. You know, as far as the amount of the flavor that's in it, because you don't skimp on flavor, and I'm not seeing a lot of vendors do, but I'm just saying you don't skimp on your flavor at all.
Well, the thing is, what is available on my site in standard strength is what I vape. I do offer a max flavor option, which is a 50% flavor shot. And I don't think any of my juices would be vapeable with a true double shot. It would just be way too much. I couldn't vape them. But I don't want a juice to be, well, what was that taste? I think I was tasting this, or I think I was tasting, I want it to be in my face. And every juice that I produce is made for my palate. So, love it or hate it, that's the way I do business.
I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. I think it's wonderful that you're doing it that way, I gotta tell you guys a story. I mean, like, just in general, sometimes it's hard to get juice coming out of Canada. People in the, I guess, the postal service they're douchebags. I don't know, they're stealing juice or whatnot. I've had that happen with mods. I've had that happen with juice. I had it happen with you. I felt like I almost felt bad for you that you had to send me a whole second order.
But a lot of that, I went and got a business account with Canada Post, mm-hmm. and that opened up a new option in shipping that wasn't available to me before. And we haven't had a problem since I've been able to ship business tracked packet. We have not had a problem with a cross-border order since.
Right. And I hate, what the worst thing to see, just in general, just based on chat, is knowing that your mailman's a vapor. If your mailman's a vapor, you're in trouble.
My UPS guy, who's probably the most important, part of my little business.
Right.
His son is a vapor, so I just make sure that they never have to pay for juice. Whenever they're running low, they just get a bag of juice. Hit me on Skype CD so I can remember to ship it out next week to you. But I'll send you a bottle of King's Cream, 24 milligram.
Yeah, there's a couple in here that I haven't tried that I really want to try. Just looking at, without even reading the descriptions, I'm just basing it on looking at the picture and the name of it. There's one here called the Butter Yummy. What?
That is
the
like the
butter
filling out of a butter tart.
It's what? I'm sorry.
It's like the filling part.
Oh man. Wait, so you were cutting out. Hold on. Let's just read. I'm going to read this. Just Butter Yummy is a play on a traditional butter tart over the top, flavorful with a sweet finish. What? It's like I want to buy a freaking 120 ml bottle of it right now just based on reading it. Jesus.
I don't recommend a flavor shot with that one. It's pretty strong.
I will put this in right now. I'll put this link in so you guys can just look at it. Just looking at it, you're like, what? Like, what? And another one that I was looking at this earlier today, was the G Money. I was just like, what? Is that the same as what I have with the Vader pudding? Is it different?
It replaced Vader.
Okay.
Vader is still available for Maple Leaf Vapes.
Okay.
I do not make it at all anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really know the story. I didn't want to delve in it too much, Cory.
I've partnered with a couple other juice companies.
Mm-hmm.
I have a juice line available through Maple Leaf Vapes. I have another juice line available through CEV Store, as well as my own line. And as I was doing that, I created G Money because I wanted something different. And so it is a vanilla custard with a sweet caramel finish. Instead of just leaving your mouth, like if you vape custard heavily, you'll get Vaper's tongue quite bad from it. And with the caramel finish, I'm finding that you're getting 2 nuances in the juice, and you don't tire of it near as soon.
So I'm just throwing up their links again. I mean, you got to check this out. So anyway, let's talk about this. So he's got 3 different lines that are out right now. Obviously, his own line and separate lines that he does for 2 of the more popular shops in Canada, which is CEV and Maple Leaf, right? Is CEV in the West Coast or East Coast? I know Maple Leaf is on the East Coast. Wait, hold on, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, CEV is on the West Coast, and Maple Leaf is in Ontario.
Okay. And before we delve into more of these flavors, I could tell that a lot of people in here are like, oh my god, there's so many different flavors I want to try. So they're looking at it. Some people are crying out, like, obviously you got CB talking about the King Cream, which I haven't seen that, but let's take a look. I didn't look at that one yet. Okay, the King's Cream. Okay, I see watermelons. In the picture. So it's watermelon bubblegum with a touch of cream. Holy crap.
We found that watermelon, if you can get the watermelon strong enough that it actually tastes like watermelon, it irritates most people's throats. And so we added some cream to it that would soften the hit on the throat. And it really improved the whole presentation of the juice. But it would be my number 1 seller, probably by a factor of 10. And no Vaporhead. The juices that are available right now are good in just about every device. They're blended at a 40-60 unless asked for stronger. But my typical blend is 40% PG, 60% VG.
Oh my god. Okay. So anyway, I talked to Cory before the show. Cory's doing something that I wish that I could actually win. Because as more I'm delving into this, I have to place an order now. Oh yeah, I lost you for a second. But anyway, we'll keep going. We must. I must place an order. Oh my god. I can't even look at this anymore. So anyway, Cory's going to be really awesome to you guys tonight. So Cory, feel free to tell these guys what you're going to do for them tonight.
Well, we're going to give away a 630 ml pack. And it'll be my 6 top sellers. You pick the nick level, and I'll pick the juices, and I'll ship them out to you. And I don't care where they ship. Anywhere in North America or Europe, that's fine.
Okay, guys, so here we go. 6 30 mils of their best sellers. And this is all you have to do, is answer this question. Boom! That's the question. First person to get it right wins this. Sorry, this giveaway is too big. He said it we mentioned it 5 times. At least. Yeah, Siebes, you would get this in a second.
Yes.
What's the name of the show? What's the name of the show?
My very first show was I couldn't get the music straight, and I wasn't smart enough to turn off the music, and everybody sat with me for 2 hours where my mic was interfering with my music, and it was like I was talking underwater. and we finished the show, get into a hangout that everybody's, congratulating me on the first show and telling me it's okay, and, mistakes happen, and this happens the next thing. And somebody pipes up, if you would have just turned off your music, it would have been fine. Like, Joel!
It was the name. I'm talking about. All I'm asking for is the name of the show that he and Dagger did. So not saying the first show, like the name of the show. It's a really simple name, and you guys are gonna kick yourselves for the person that answers it right. There it is, and there it is. Vape School. There it is. Congratulations.
Can I just have Denrock email me?
Yeah, I'm gonna verify his email, so he'll send it to me. Then I'll have it to you by latest next week.
Yeah, all I need address and milligram level. That's it. That's all I need.
Okay. So anyway, Denrock, I'm gonna put it in as part of my post tomorrow. So hold on a second. Let me get this out of Cory's face. Hold on, sorry about that. And this is all you need to do. Because I want to verify. Oh, I need the last 2 digits of your zip code, Den. Give me the last 2 digits of your zip code so that way I can verify your email when you get it. What I do, Cory, is I would like to verify people's emails. That way, verify so that way. Because I always have at least one character that sends me an email thinking I'm not going to look that tries to scam a win off me. It happens to me almost every week. I just don't understand. So, it happens. But anyway, guys, this is what you do. Here's the first part of my winner's emote. And here is the second half. Yeah, it happens, Vampire. It really happens. So that's why I actually have to verify it now. Alright, I got you, Denrock52. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome. All I gotta say is butter yummy. Oh my god, I gotta freaking try that for real, dude. Holy crap. But anyway, before we go, bro, what I usually do with every one of my guests that come in, I do a little 10-question quiz based on James Lipton's Inside the Actors Studio. Just really quick answers. So, if you're ready, I'm going to start shooting off these questions.
Yeah, give her, bud.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. What is your favorite non-curse word?
Sweet.
What is your least favorite word?
No.
That's a favorite one. That's a favorite one. What turns you on?
Opening my eyes.
Oh shit, that's a good one, man. What turns you off?
No.
What sound do you love?
I love the sound of a can of beer cracking. That's got to be one of my favorite sounds on earth.
Now, on that note, what sound do you hate?
Mods falling off my desk.
Oh, I heard that. I heard the beer. What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
And here we go. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Oh, I'd like to attempt being a CEO of a Fortune 500.
This is like the most epic quiz answers ever. What profession would you not like to do?
Childcare.
Okay. Yeah, that takes a lot. Here we go. Regardless of religious affiliation, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
come in.
Oh shit. Dude, I'm so glad that I got you on tonight, man. We did not have enough time. But I'm so glad that you came on, man. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on, man, and hanging out with us tonight. I want to put your links in again. Congratulations to Denrock for that epic win. Epic win, man. I gotta put in his links again because Cory's the shit. That's all I gotta say. This is great. This is great.
Yeah, CB, make sure to send me a reminder on Skype, and I'll send you out a care package in 24 milligram next week.
Awesome. Yo, much love, DSV, man. I will see you tomorrow night. Guys, hang out with freaking Tiger and DSV. They're going to be on with their show. I'm going to be coming in a little late because I'm doing a fill-in for somebody at 10. But I'll be there tomorrow night. And it's going to rule Beauty and the Beast Friday nights on Vape Strong. Definitely check it out. Thanks a lot again, brother.
Take care, my friend. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You're awesome, man. Be awesome and be well, and I'll see you tomorrow night, man.
Take care.
Peace. So, anyway.